Zoe Delahunty-Light, I am going to, for now on, be referring to you as Zoe Delahunty Remastered. And I'm Ian Higton, the Remake, because because you've been playing The Last of Us Remake.
I have indeed. I enjoy those new names for us. I like them.
Thank you, Remastered.
Snappy. Thank you, Remake. Yes, I have been playing The Last of Us Part 1 Remake, and it's something all right.
Well, I've got quite a few questions for you about this, because I have yet to play it.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, first off, is it actually worth me playing it? Because at this point, right, I've played The Last of Us 3 times now. Mm-hmm. Once using pre-release review code on a PS3 dev kit,
Wowzers.
Then on the official PlayStation 3 release, and then once again on the PlayStation 4 with The Last of Us Remastered.
Oh my god.
Is the remake really worth buying for someone like me who's experienced the game so much already?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? Because the retail prices are quite steep. So it's 65 quid in the UK or 80 quid if you want the deluxe version, which I know comes with some extra upgrades and stuff. And in the US, that's $70 and $80 respectively. And it just, the thing is, it has come with so many extras in it. So you can now look at character models if you unlock them using points. It's very similar to the way that Village worked. You earn points based on how much you play and then you can redeem them from extra stuff. So there's concept art, there's director commentary, there's obviously the remastered graphics and engine and everything, more fantastic accessibility controls, but I've played it for quite a bit now and it's great, but I would not spend 65 quid on it. I think there's only a specific set of people who would spend that much money. And Ian, are you a Last of Us super fan? Are you massively into it and everything?
I am a huge fan of The Last of Us. I love the games. They're some of my, even though they're quite hard going at times, they're some of the best video gaming experiences I've had. So I'm kind of keen to see, but is it just exactly the same game, just with a different, glossier finish?
Yes. I mean, you can change loads of things in the settings and stuff to really make it how you want to do it. There's this cool thing where you can turn on vibration for speech, so the controller vibrates on the PS5 to the different people speaking, and it's got different I don't know how to explain it, different pitches for each character. So if you weren't playing with the volume on, you could tell who was speaking just by the way it vibrates alone between Joel and Ellie, which is sick. But it's just, I really, really liked it. I don't want anyone to think I didn't like it. Last of Us is still a fantastic game, but it's just so much money. And I don't think me personally, or you, Ian, to be honest, I don't think we'd benefit from it. It's definitely been made with a definitive version in mind, this is it. And it's got great accessibility into it, just like The Last of Us Part 2 did. So for anyone who was wanting a more accessible game, I definitely think it's worth it. But it's just it's just not enough to warrant 60 quid. That's a lot of money.
So difference-wise, visually, it's quite different, but gameplay-wise, not so different. At all, you're saying?
Yeah, so it looks absolutely phenomenal. I can't emphasize how beautiful it looks. It's not just been upgraded in terms of textures and stuff. You can tell that they're completely new models put into it. So Joel and even poor Sarah and Ellie and Tessa look freaking amazing. The gameplay changes are really subtle. There's nothing that I think you'd really notice or you'd miss having if you had played the original. The one thing that is cool about it, and that might convince some people to play it, is that once you've finished the main story, you can then unlock extra modes and stuff. So there's a difficulty mode that's fully customizable. You can change the filters on the game. There's even a speedrunning mode, which is really cool, so you can keep track of all your best times for beating it. There's concept art you can unlock, as well as access to podcasts and stuff that have been recorded about the game to give you an insight into it, with Neil Druckmann, Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson in it, which is, a cool extra detail. And there's director commentary as well, so you can even have people talking in your ear as you're playing through cutscenes and stuff. But it's just, I think it's really only worth it for people who either kind of have made a sport out of trying to beat The Last of Us super quickly, or obviously for people who want to access the accessibility tweaks in it, which are incredibly wide-ranging, just like The Last of Us Part 2, so it's definitely worth it on that respect.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This sounds very much to me like the kind of big, glossy 4K movie box set that you'd get for your favourite movie, rather than, just something you'd buy normally, I presume. But
yeah, exactly.
I also guess that maybe, for someone who hasn't played The Last of Us Part 1 before, this is the definitive one to play,
yeah,
right? This is
sure.
the best looking one.
Yeah.
They've must have been some quality of life stuff done as well.
I will say very quickly that I did have some issues with the camera controls. It had its own mind for some weird sections of the game. I'm not sure whether that's because I had this mode on where it means that it will just follow wherever Joel is heading, and it might have got a bit mixed up with that. If you've never played The Last of Us before, and you really want to experience it to the same standard of The Last of Us Part 2, which you might have already played because you have no respect for chronological order, which I respect, to be honest, then yeah, maybe it's worth it for 60 quid. But honestly, although you do get a lot more of the weight of the performances from Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson and co., you get to see so much more about what the actors actually did, because obviously with the new models, they're so much more sophisticated in terms of the rigging they can do. I gotta say, I don't really think it's worth it. The performances in Part 1 without the remaster and the remake is still absolutely phenomenal. And I don't think, again, unless you're a massive fan and you just love the super high fidelity graphics and whatnot, then I just don't think it's worth it. I'll be completely honest.
Fair enough. Does the game also come with, I presume it comes with the DLC as well?
Yes, it does come with Left Behind. You can play it straight away if you want to, but the game advises in big red letters that you should only play it after you finish the main story.
And how about the multiplayer mode? Because that was a massive favourite of mine in the original that was left out of 2 for now.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there's no multiplayer mode in The Last of Us Part 1 remake. I've obviously played the main story. I haven't gone near Left Behind yet, but there's no option on the main menu to, go into multiplayer mode. It's just Last of Us, Left Behind, and then extras, which is all the stuff that I've mentioned before.
Naughty Dog, stop doing factions mode. Dirty. How could you, Druckmann? How could you?
You really liked multiplayer, I take it.
I loved it. It was like proto Battle Royale before Battle Royale games came out. I was obsessed with it. I'm very much looking forward to Last of Us 2's multiplayer whenever that comes out.
Well, I'm going to slap you down, Ian, because that is not in the remake whatsoever. So obviously, through watching this video, you've seen a lot of the game in action, so I think really it's up to you, our fellow good, honourable viewers watching this, whether you think it's something you want to get. But again, I'll go over the prices again. It's 65 quid in the UK for the normal version. 80 quid for the deluxe version, which gets you some bonus extras.
Crikey.
And that's $70 and $80 in the US, which is a lot, right?
That is a lot of cash, really.
Yeah.
Especially in the UK now. 60 quid wouldn't even heat your house for a day nowadays.
I mean, exactly. There's a cost of living crisis going on in the UK right now, and I just can't justify the purchase. I will say that Sony gave me the code, so thank you very much, Sony, for the code. But yeah, that's my honest opinion.
So Zoe Delahunty-Light remastered wouldn't pay.
Zoe Delahunty-Light remastered, demastered back into ordinary 20 whatever the hell settings of The Last of Us Part 1. Says maybe not worth it, no.
Okay, Ian Higton, the remake, probably won't get it either. I think the multiplayer not being there was a bit of a full stop in that transaction.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, this gameplay looks absolutely wonderful.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It is stunning. So that's what we think about it. If you think you're going to get The Last of Us Part 1 remake, please do let us know in the comments below, and why you're thinking of getting it or why you want to get it, because as you can tell, me and Ian, we're not convinced at the moment.
I'm a bit Last of Us out, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's completely fair. You're
There's
a bit
only
done.
so many times you can go through that, you know.
It feels like it's just being like the electrodes are shoved in, they're trying to get it to rise up from the table once more. Just one final outing, Last of Us, and then we'll put you to bed, I promise.
Yeah, maybe, until PlayStation 6 when they remaster them both and give them in a double package.
Yep, when you can like smell the grime coming through the PS6 because there's like 4D technology in there or something ridiculous. Anyway,
smell-o-vision.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think of the remake and whether you think you're going to pick it up. And make sure to subscribe and like the video if you haven't already, because we have a new video out almost every single day because we're Eurogamer.
Yeah, and they're all new videos. None of them are remastered.
No, none of them are remasters or remakes. Maybe we should go through and remake all our videos and just artificially make them into 4K using some AI or something.
I'm up for it. It's probably easier than writing scripts.
Excellent. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing our paws in high fidelity in that case. Well, we will see you next time then. Goodbye.
Bye, remastered.
Bye, remake.